Farms went under $2 today. It broke beneath that level for how long? These are 30-minute candles, so it was down there for 2 hours or so, maybe 2.5 at most. It wicked down. All right, so welcome back, traders. As I've mentioned, we're going to talk about BIT Farms. It went under $2 today. It's dipped down there a few times in the last few trading days, but today, if you look here at the top of the screen here, this is indicating a squeeze. This is a Bollinger Band Keltner channel squeeze, meaning the Bollinger Band has squeezed inside of the Keltner channel, which is building up pressure in the stock, in the price action. And when it is released, as you can see back here, you see it back here, when it was released back here, we saw this pretty big move from 211 all the way down to 190. So that's a 21-cent move on a $2 stock. So, that's nearly a 20% move. I mean, it's less than that, but I'm not going to do that math right now. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. So if we were to see something very similar to that happen right now, if it were to squeeze to the downside, that would take us right into my pocket here of 180 to 170. If we did a 21-cent move off of this, we'd be at like 181 right now. So keep an eye out for that. If you notice, lately the theme has been squeeze and then drop, squeeze and then drop. So since we're on the downward move, my expectation, my predisposed opinion is that we're going to probably squeeze and then drop, especially since Bitcoin has been looking pretty weak. We came back, tested, so we came all the way down to 38,500. We back tested 40,000, and now we're falling again. There's a little green arrow here indicating upward momentum on the 2-hour chart for Bitcoin, but it still needs to defeat that 40,000 level. If it doesn't get above it and stay above it, well, then we're going to continue down into this box down here in the $38,000 to $37,000 range. So with the bias being to the downside, my expectation is that this squeeze will lead to the prices that I'm looking for in the 180 to 170 range. And it's just in time as January is coming to an end. February is going to begin here. Seasonality is not really with us in the cycle of crypto. So we're looking at a slow fall into the halving. And then once we get there, then we start taking off again. And that will be in April. So we're expecting some drop-offs into February, perhaps even the beginning of March. So we're probably looking at another 6 weeks or so of downside potential in these stocks where we can pick them up at a lower price and hopefully sell them at those all-time highs again here in a year or so. So that's what we're looking at with Bitfarms. It went below $2 for a little bit today, and I absolutely nibbled on some of that beneath that $2 level. Now at Mara's doing the same thing. It's also on a not a short squeeze, but a Bollinger Band Keltner channel squeeze right here. You can see lots of arrows up and green dots, and like all the SMAs are converging right here. It's just a spaghetti mess price action here. Again, not great. We got RSI still like near the middle here, not at a 50, but below 50. So the bears are in charge. And just like with the previous stock, Bitfarms, we've been getting a squeeze followed by a big drop lately. Squeeze followed by a significant drop lately. And on Marathon Digital, if we were to get that drop after this squeeze, if that were to take place, I would expect this to come into the $14 range, maybe even come into this trend line I've been talking about for weeks down here if the squeeze goes that direction. If it goes the other direction, we're going to go back and back test $19, $20 before continuing down in February. Maybe not 19, yeah, about 19-ish, top of the range here. My thought is that it is squeezing here at the center of this downward channel that it has been respecting since the top here. It's been respecting this downward channel since the top of the 30s. And we dropped, came up to the center, we're squeezing. Oftentimes you see the price come back to the middle and reject, like down here, came to the middle and rejected down. On the way up, it went up, came to the middle and bounced up. I did that again down here, went to the middle and bounced up from the top. So came here, down here, came down, went close to the middle, then rejected. Same here, came to the middle, rejected, down to just under dollar and or under 15, under $16, down to nearly 15.50. And right here again, we're coming to the middle, we're following that middle line, and we may reject down. off of it. That's what I expect, but if it goes the other way, obviously it's going to be about $19-20 at the top of the range here. Same thing with Bitfarms. If it chooses to go up instead of down, we're looking at about 220, which is going to take us into the mid zone here for this downward channel that I am expecting Bitfarms to kind of loosely follow this downward channel and continue to do so for a while. Let's look at CleanSpark real quick. Just real quick. That is a lot of stuff. Okay. Got a lot of stuff on CleanSpark. CleanSpark is kind of making lower high or higher highs and higher lows right now, so that's actually looking pretty strong. It came right down to my level here at 640-ish, and then came up there. It got again to the middle, rejected, came down to the bottom of the channel, went to the middle, rejected, and now it's kind of in the nether zone of that channel on its way up. It looks like it wants to come down. It is also squeezing, and it looks like it wants to come back down and test this down to the 690 level area for now. So the RSI is also confirming that. Let's take a look at the volume profile real quick, see if there's anything super interesting there. Not really. We're at a point of resistance here. It's not a super strong one. There's a stronger one above it here at in the 730s where price failed in the past. And then below it, down around 690, we have some support. So that kind of confirms what we're thinking here. So that's what I'm seeing on the charts right now. They're not looking super good. Bitcoin is looking like it's failing to get back into the 40s, which means we'll probably visit the high to mid 30s here for a while. And as the price of Bitcoin is under $40,000, I do believe that the miners will probably uh, continue to slide downward as that theme continues into February and March. But not to despair, these prices are pretty great. If what has happened in the past with these stocks in a Bitcoin cycle happen once more, these prices are going to look very, very cheap in just a few months, and a year from now they'll look like they were nearly free. So this is not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, but it is what I am seeing when I look at the charts from a technical perspective. With that said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a full day.